Hey folks, I'm Jack Fossett, and welcome to this demo and review of the Martin 018 acoustic guitar. This is a super charming, really lovely acoustic guitar, and I'm afraid it's probably been overlooked a lot in kind of the realm of acoustic guitars because of its size. This is the smallest guitar in this line, going up to the 0018 and then the 0018. And because of that, I think it's, again, probably overlooked a little bit. I've had this guitar for almost a year and a half now, and I can honestly say that this has become just about my favorite acoustic guitar. It's very, very hard to say whether or not you have a favorite guitar, but I think as far as acoustic guitars go, I think this one, I feel pretty confident saying that it's at least top contender for my favorite. I wouldn't say that I like any above this one. There might be a couple that are sort of equal, but this guitar is not to be underestimated due to its size, and I think that's the important takeaway. It is extremely comfortable to play. It's extremely comfortable to hold. Now that kind of seems inherent with a small acoustic guitar body. What you don't lose, though, is tone. It has a really great tone, and when I first got the opportunity to get this, and I traded a Stratocaster for this, and my initial thought, probably like many of you looking at it, is, I don't know, it's a little small. I just don't know if that's going to suit what I need. It's just a little small. Maybe if it were a 0018, then I'd think about it. Well, I wound up thinking about it, and I wound up going ahead and we did the trade and met the guy, and he was a really nice guy who I traded a Stratocaster and some pedals for this guitar. Now, I instantly had a good feeling about it, and this is kind of one of those silly things, but sometimes you just get feelings. But when I opened the case, I'm Catholic, and he had a humidifier in there that smells like chrism oil, and it just gave me a very good feeling about this guitar right from the start. So picked it up, played it, and what I could not believe was how full it sounds. It doesn't sound small. So you can hear it. It just sounds nice. Now, it does sound different. I think one of the interesting things about this guitar is it actually sort of sounds like it's self EQ'd, and this comes from a production standpoint. But frequently with bigger acoustic guitars, now for years I played dreadnoughts, and I love dreadnoughts. To me, especially growing up, when I would picture a guitar, I pictured an acoustic dreadnought. That was just, that's like what a guitar was to me as a kid. And I've played dreadnoughts and I love dreadnoughts. Well, when you record with a dreadnought, they're a very big sound. Dreadnoughts are really, I'm not saying that they don't record well, because they do record well, but I feel like a dreadnought really loves performance. It's a take it out and strum it kind of guitar. What happens then with dreadnought and with other big body guitars is they tend to have some lower mid frequencies that you need to filter out. Usually anywhere between, you're going to be cutting some frequencies between like 100 and 500 hertz, somewhere in there, specifically right around 200-ish. Depends on your guitar, depends on your mic, and a lot of different things. So that's a generalization. But with this guitar, it has way less of that lower mid-range boom, so you can record it, and then when you have to pull less frequencies to get it to sit well in a mix, that means you're getting more the full picture of the guitar and the way that the guitar sounds. And because of that, it's like I said, it's almost like it sort of self EQs when you're recording with it. Now, it's not hugely loud and boomy, but it's also not quiet. I've played other guitars that are much quieter than this. It has a nice focus and it has a nice projection, even though it's not necessarily the loudest guitar ever. Now, part of this is because of the wood. It's a solid Sitka spruce top, and it's got a mahogany back and sides. Now, mahogany tends to be a great wood to record with as far as acoustic guitars go, again because of the evenness. It has some nice warmth, has kind of a dry quality to it. Now it also has an ebony fingerboard. It has the open gear Grover tuners on the back. It has scalloped X bracing, and it has a modified low oval neck with a high performance taper. It's a very comfortable neck to play. It's kind of the right blend between being a good size of a neck but not feeling overpowering or too chunky or everything. I just can't say enough good things about this guitar. I've already recorded a lot of songs with this guitar, believe it or not. In fact, for those of you who listen to me on Spotify, you might have heard this guitar on some of the tracks that you've listened to. Of course, hearing it right now in this video, I just think they record really well. And again, because of the size, I've talked about this in other guitar demos, it's really nice to have smaller guitars that are easy to pick up and sit with. I like big guitars, I really do. But big guitars are very, very cumbersome, and they're hard to kind of just grab and sit down with because they can be overpowering. Now, there's a charm to big guitars and everything, but to have a small guitar of this quality that you can sit around, that you can just pick up and play, that you can also record with, that you can also perform with, I think is a really special blend. And again, I think, look how small it is. It's really not a very big guitar, but it's really way more than it looks. There's a lot to this guitar, and it is really an exceptional instrument. Now for this demo, I'm just playing a bunch of different ways, doing some strumming, doing some finger picking, doing some stuff in the middle. Going to do some more playing after the review part here. Let us know in the comments, are you a Martin player? Are you a small guitar player? Do you play parlor guitars? Because again, my initial thought with this one when I looked at it is I expected it to sound more like a parlor guitar, and it really does not sound like a parlor guitar. Parlor guitars tend to have that kind of plucky, tinny thing going on, and not in a bad way. They have they have kind of a charm all their own. This really doesn't sound like a parlor guitar. This sounds like a Martin, and again, I think it sounds more like a 0018 or a 0018, almost like with some EQ already added, like I said. So let us know, are you a Martin player? Are you a small guitar player? What do you think of the 018? If you tried one, do you want one? Let us know in the comments. Stick around for some more tones. I'm Jack Fossett. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.